everyone, welcome back. This is Denise, and today I thought we would do a color palette one in Aqua and Sapphire with the Blick matte paints. Again, I like these because they're cheaper than craft. They're a little bit better quality than craft paint, but they're cheaper than artist paints. And for this type of project where you don't want to spend an arm and a leg and use all your good paints, this is the perfect way to do this type of project. I got white and black also. And just a little look back at how far we've come. It's kind of fun to just take a little look at some of the color palettes that we've already done. These are all videos on the YouTube channel, so feel free to go back and check out some of these palettes if you see one that looks interesting. And these are all done in the Dina Wakley Ledger Journal, which I think these will make the most amazing resource library if you did this type of project with it. Because now, I mean, you have a resource of how to really extend all your colors and what those colors could possibly look like in a painting, because we're doing the palette and then we're doing a painting with the paint that's on the palette still. And this also is a really nice way to learn what colors you might like, which ones are surprising and that you might love, because there's a few on this one that are actually surprising and beautiful that I really, really love. And I'm not really a mauve person, but man, it sure did look good on this palette. So yeah, it's just a way to discover and explore your paints. This one I thought I would not like at all the whole time we painted it. It was kind of poopy looking. And when we were done, it's one of my favorite. Love those. And then this one we just finished, and I've got some paper here just to make sure that gold isn't going to still be wet, because I feel like still painting today. And I'm just going to start with one color in white, and then the mix in white, and the second color in white, then I'll go back and do the black. That's the way I've mostly been handling these. And I want to do my colors up top, and then I do go back usually and write what that color is right on those. I don't know if I did that on the last one or not before I put that paint up. I usually do it at the end, so I don't forget like what made up this color palette. But the good thing is, in my case, is these are all videos, and I can always go back and refer to the video. So there you go. You might not have that same luxury there going back looking at the video, but I have that luxury of these being recorded. And I like them in columns. That's why I tape these off. But this, you got to be real careful with the tape, because the tape is finicky. And so I'm just seeing how many different shades that we can get and tints that we can get, and adding a little more each time to get it to the next mix. So I'm not keeping track of the ratios. I can come back to this page and kind of look at it. I want this to be a fun, not intimidating project that I dread. And so I'm approaching this in a way that's allowing me the freedom of just mixing for fun and not mixing to get exact. Ooh, that's kind of a fun color there. And just a tiny bit more each time will get you to that next color. And then I want white and just that green. Of course, I could have put just the green out there first, but that's okay. Don't get hung up on, oh, that had white on it there. Don't get hung up on it being perfect or exact. I want you to approach it as a fun exercise and then a good resource library for yourself later, without getting hung up on you making it so complicated that you then don't even want to come up and do this. Alright, that's fun. I'm going to start mixing the black in with the blue. I can add a little more black, or I can add a little more blue. And then I'm going to mix in some black with the blue and the green. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of that out here. Ooh, okay, so that's a pretty color. And I'm not worried about it if they're 100% mixed up. So if I've got stripes of color, I'm not even worried about it. It's just about mixing it and moving to the next one. Don't get stuck. Ooh, that's fun. And then I'm going to come back and do the black with the green. And I might come in with a little bit of white on any of these that looked interesting and see what color of a gray it gives us. Alright, we had a lot of color in that one. Okay, I'm going to take these off before that tape has time to get the wet paper and rip. Ah, perfect pull! Thank you! And before I forget, I could go ahead and write these colors up here. Hopefully this is dry enough. Aqua, Sapphire, white and black. That's a fun little range of like ocean colors. What do you say about that? It's kind of interesting. That's kind of where I expected to go, and yet there's still some colors in here, like this one right here, that I think are super beautiful. This one, the blue mixed in with that black, is really pretty. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get to painting over here. I'm gonna put down some white gesso because I like the way it helps mix my paint and spread the paint, and it can act as my white. I like the gesso for spreading paint, and I like the white paint for mixing. And I don't start these out with mark making because these pages already have so many marks on them that I don't feel like I have to get the blank page, because page is not blank. So just in case you ever wonder, do you start with mark making? In older videos, you'll definitely see that we start with mark making, but these have marks all over them already, so I don't feel like I need to start with mark making. It's not a blank page, and because it's not an antique ledger, I don't feel like I'm scared to mess it up. And if you're scared to mess something up, if this, is super precious and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to mess it up, buy 2 of them. And then you have a spare, and then it becomes less precious because you're like, oh, I got another one. That's kind of my secret for getting past some of these things that I'm like, this is too precious, I can't use it. Then buy 2 of them, and then it's not so precious. You have another. So, good trick if you're paralyzed with some of the preciousness of your art material. And just keep in mind too, you never waste a material unless you're not using it, because then they do go bad in the container sometimes. And then you've just actually wasted it rather than figured out how to use it and explored and played and had fun in your art journal. You've actually truly wasted it when you've let it ruin in the container, which one of these paints was bad. And these sat over here for a long time because I've been on a watercolor kick with the Kiritakis and stuff in the other journals, and so I've just let the acrylic paints languish over here in the drawers and on the wall. So it's kind of fun to jump into this project and start using some of the things that I had gotten away from using. Okay, so my goal here was, who knows, but we've covered the page. And now I'm going to do some stencils and stuff on top because I like that. So we're gonna just dry this really good. I'm trying to make sure it's dry. So I'll put a stencil on top of that. I don't want the stencil to stick to it and pull the paper off, which is exactly what it will do. I had it do it already. And I'm kind of thinking, because I said, looks like an ocean scene. What if we go back here? Got the that's joggles. I need Stencil Girl. I need the Stencil Girl book. Let's pull the Stencil Girl book, because there is that set of stencils way back here that came in the Stencil Club. So you do have to look at the Stencil Club page to see these, but that one's that looks like seashells. Right? Perfect. Right? Oh, this one. Yeah, for some reason I love this one. We've got these ones that have this kind of look, or the dot look. I'm feeling the dot look. I'm feeling the dots. Let's do the dot one. So this is Stencil Club. You gotta look on the Stencil Club page. You cannot find this on the rest of their website. 7 of 2024. So you just, when you get to that page, you just got to scroll down on that page to see the rest of the Stencil Club stencils. They won't be anywhere else on that site. And I loved this blue, so thinking let's mix in the blue and the black and see if we can kind of get that color going down here. Just mixing it with my ink blending brush. And I might put a tiny bit more blue out so I can really get more of that. Okay, yeah, see, I like that a lot. It's not quite black, it's a blue black. I'm gonna tap the brush to make sure it's not too thick. And we're just gonna go for it. And because this stencil is about the page size, I am going to do something I rarely do and actually let the stencil do the whole page. And since I rarely do it, who knows what we'll get when we're going to do it. And when you know it, that's still not enough blue black. And I'm just putting this on with an ink blending brush. It's become my new favorite stencil tool. After I saw the Stencil Girl lady, Mary Beth Shaw, do a test out of all the different tools, this one really grabbed my eye as one that I like. And this is exactly why we wanted that whole page to be kind of dry, so that we don't pull paper off when I do this, because I was, ooh, okay, I don't know if I love that on that. There's not enough black. It's like, it's like, I do kind of love it. And if I look up in the camera, I love it even more, because you almost got to stand back to appreciate the pattern that's going on this. Alright, so that's different. I don't know that I love it. Kind of feel like now I need to paint some more. Cause even if you like it like on at home, like you love it, it doesn't mean that it's done for you. If you're looking at it and you're like, I don't know, like I just did. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm gonna make on top and kind of spread it around here with my lovely little bowl scraper. It's just paint, so if you don't like where you got in that moment, just add some more paint to it. It's just paint. I can't believe that didn't end up the way I wanted it. Darn it. Should have ordered some more of that color when I ordered at Blick. I don't have any of that color coming, and that was hard to get out. You can tell whether they're older or they got a different kind of bottle because they're hard to squeeze. And it's not a color that you've really ever seen me use, so it's probably just old. But yeah, just keep layering right on top of it. If you didn't get there with that first layer, like some of them we do that and I'm like, we're there and it's amazing. I wasn't quite feeling that one. I mean, it looked good. Through the camera, it really looked good. But I don't know. Didn't quite do it for me today. Let's just mix some more and keep on going. Alright, where do we want to go now? Let's rethink this. That idea did not pan out. I got a bunch of little stencils out. Kind of like this one here. I really like that big brush one. This is the Tim Holtz Stencils Collections. It is THS 100 and it looks like Punchinella. So you know I like Punchinella. Let me dry this real quick. I love this one that looks like brushes, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use it. And maybe we'll have some blue brushes. This one's the THS 167. And you can do brush strokes with a brush. You don't have to do it with a stencil. I just like them. Oh yeah, feeling better about that. Sometimes you just need more abstract. Yeah. Yes, okay, I like that. That's a favorite. I like this brush stroke one. I don't know the name. I don't know where that package went. So definitely just kind of look out for that. Okay, let's do the white. It's kind of a bluish white since I'm mixing it with the blue there, but it's still fun. Yes, I'm liking that. Oh yeah, now I'm feeling better about this. That might have been one too many. That's okay. So I'm kind of thinking, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Kind of wondering. Maybe we'll dry it. What about some temper sticks? Oh, we can get some of these colors in temper sticks. Kind of feel like I need something. What do we need? I feel like it needs something. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just me getting tired here. But here's one that's kind of a greenish color that's not exactly in there. I'm only trying to get ones that are in our color palette. And we've got this dark, so I want a dark. There's this one that has fallen over. Ooh, it's like a dark bluish color. Ooh, I feel like this could be in there. Can you see that kind of in here? Okay, I'm feeling that. Let's do that one. This one could be definitely in there. Okay, maybe not. Oh my goodness. All right, let's just do it anyway. I just want something big, kind of traveling up the page. Oh my goodness. Okay, I do actually kind of like it, but it didn't do what I expected. And just kind of maybe a little extra doolip on these just to give them another shade in there, kind of add some layers. Because I feel like that is that color basically. Okay, that's kind of fun. I do kind of feel like that color could be in there. Like, what is that? No. Some of these are like more like a lipstick, and some of them are exactly what I want them to be. Here's a black. Okay, I do kind of like the black. Oh, you know what? Now I'm feeling, now that I thought of that, maybe we should do some black Posca or white Posca. So we're just gonna do some black Posca dots because I thought of it. And I just was like, just throw it down, just wherever we land. And what I like about the temper sticks is We can layer right on top of them. They dry super fast. And then they're permanent, so I like that. Okay, I'm feeling that. That was a good choice. I don't know if we're done. It might have looked better as the thing I had before I did all this. I feel like it needs like one more something. What is that something? Like, I don't know. See, I've got aqua, but I don't think aqua would show up on these because it didn't really show up on some of these other ones. See, that's that color. Ooh, that picked up the black pen accidentally. Let's try that because we can color on top of that. Can't really see those. That's the thing about these little temper sticks. Sometimes you can really see them good, sometimes you really can't. Okay, so it was a hard road to even get here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and stop here. What was that color? I feel like I've left the blue out by itself. So maybe if I spread the blue like around a little more, it won't feel like it's out there on its own. The only color out there. There we go. Maybe that's what was confusing me, was that blue right there is just like the only shade of that. Okay, I feel a little better now. Okay, I feel like we got there. Maybe not my favorite layout. Definitely interesting to see how these kind of blended. The seashell one probably was the best iteration of this page, but I didn't like it in the moment. You just got to ride the wave, you know, in that moment. So I hope you had fun painting with me today, and I'll see you guys next time.